NVIDIA is up 3.84%, but I want to talk about this potential trend reversal that is setting up because this thing is looking like a perfect short opportunity. And so what we're going to be talking about is the Smart Money Concepts indicator by Lux Algo, which is free. And then we're also going to be using, either by eye or you can use the Elliott Wave by Lux Algo. But what we're going to be doing is looking at the potential setup for this trend reversal. So this is a daily chart on NVIDIA. Not only are you going to see this head and shoulders pattern that we've been talking about on the channel for the past couple of weeks, but we're going to see our Elliott waves. And the way that an Elliott wave will set up, we usually get our first impulse followed by a pullback, a second impulse, and a big run. Normally the 2 to 3 run is the strongest run if you're trading with the overall trend. We get that pullback down to our 4th point and then a bounce up to our 5th. And the 5th is the last part of our trend. And usually this is going to be one last push up, but it's usually going to be a much weaker push up than you would expect. You can see that right at this 5th level, we actually have a Smart Money Concepts bearish order block come through, which even further solidifies the chances of us rejecting at this price level. We obviously get that sell-off. We bounce at support where we have a very strong bullish order block, push back up to test where we get this B level, which is always going to be weaker than the prior impulse of 5. And then we pull back to test our C level, which is going to be the support, usually where the 4 and the A level set up. And you can also see that we have a head and shoulders pattern. So in this instance, what will tend to happen is we will see this consistent sell-off. A break of 420 would solidify that the uptrend is broken, and we would most likely get a massive drain back down to $284. So how do we plan to play this? Because honestly, I want to go short on NVIDIA. I know that there's definitely inherent risk because we're going against the trend here. And I do know that NVIDIA is a darling stock to many retail investors and that a lot of people are going to want to be going long here. I know that there's going to be a lot of risk with this, but I definitely think that it's worth the potential reward. The way that we would traditionally set this up is we would be looking to go short down around where we were sitting at about 410. I definitely don't like how strong this bullish candle was, but let's just say that we go in short around here. Our target that we're really looking for is going to be the move down to 310 and about 280. We don't want to bitch out of it for this potential little move of 320 to 380. If we're going to take this type of risk onto the account, we want to make sure that the actual reward is worth it, and then we're going to hold it down to the target that we want. So if we will stick to it, which I know I will, at least holding to 340 because there's no volume down to there, I think that we could set a stop loss right around here where we have our ATR trailing stop loss set up at about 456. This gives us a 3.5 risk versus reward on NVIDIA. Now, what would I end up doing as far as the actual position? Because we do have earnings coming up here on the 22nd, and I'm telling you, I think that earnings are really not going to be good. I hope I'm wrong. Actually, no, I'm probably gonna have puts, so I hope I'm right. But I really need to decide what I want to do here. We can go actually shorting shares if that's something that you guys are able to do, depending upon what your rates are going to be. The other thing that you could be looking into is trading some sort of options. The issue with options here is that they're going to be pricey. Implied volatility is high. It's going to raise the price of premiums. You're going to get crushed with IV because once that implied volatility is released after earnings, the actual premium is going to get dropped significantly. And so I think one of the best ways to do this for me is probably shorting shares or doing some sort of spread, whether that be a debit or a credit spread, so that if I do like a call credit spread at 450 or 430 or 400, that at the end of the day, I will lose all of the money that I put up, but the RVR is definitely there. So I have to see what I'm going to do. I will come back tomorrow when I actually have a position open, but I'm thinking I'm probably going to open some very aggressive spreads out into the next couple of weeks at like 400 or 380 so that I have a high chance of losing, but if this really craters down to 320 in the next couple of months, I will make bank off of it. So I'll keep you guys posted on the call credit spreads for NVIDIA and let me know what you guys think down below. Peace.